Jerusalem. And joining me now is Dan Arbel. He's a veteran of the Israeli Foreign Service and currently is a scholar in residence at the American University in Washington. It's good to have you with us. What do you make of this coalition? Can it survive?
Well, it's a historic coalition, definitely unprecedented in many aspects. It still has to jump over the hurdle of the Knesset confidence vote in about a week or 10 days. And that's quite a challenge. But once it's on the ground and running, it will be very difficult to manage it as there are parties from left, right, and center. But there's in the core of it, there's a strong bond and friendship and collegiality between Mr. Bennett and Mr. Lapid, which perhaps can make it work. It's not going to be easy. There are many tasks ahead, many challenges ahead, both domestic and foreign. But it can work, and it depends on the goodwill displayed by the different parties, 8 parties altogether in this unprecedented coalition.
When someone's been in power for as long as Benjamin Netanyahu has, 12 years as Prime Minister, both friends and foes know consistently what they are getting. What does this mean, say, for Iran and for the US with this changing government now?
So I think that in terms of foreign and defense policy, I don't think that there's going to be a big change in the Israeli government, new Israeli government's policy. I think that on Iran, there's quite a consensus among Zionist parties to prevent Iran from getting to a nuclear weapon. There's also a desire on all parts of, on behalf of all parties to have good relations with the United States. And actually, I think that after Netanyahu is gone, then there will be an opportunity to improve U.S.-Israel relations, to have a smoother dialogue between Jerusalem and Washington after many years of tension, I mean, under Obama and the first months of Biden. On the Palestinian issue, I don't expect much movement forward because Lapid and Bennett did agree to maintain the status quo. But on Iran and security, I think there's going to be a continuity with the new government's policies.
And how much influence can the Arab lawmakers have on this government, given they are in a minority within a broad coalition? What influence, if any?
First of all, you have to remember that this is a very narrow majority coalition, 61 out of 120, which means every member of Knesset is very powerful. Now, the Arabs have sat on the fence for many years and did not get too much involved in the political game, but this is an opportunity for them to get into the political game and to make gains for their own community. And so to advance budgets, to take care of crime in the Arab sector, construction in the Arab sector, get more jobs and more infrastructure. And so this is an opportunity for the Arab Israelis to integrate in a better fashion into Israeli society. And I think that their voice will be heard, and they do stand to make an impact on Israeli politics and in Israeli society now.
And just briefly, what next for Benjamin Netanyahu?
That's the million-dollar question here. And he probably would head to the opposition, be leader of the opposition at first, and then there are several options. He may decide to step down. He may be ousted by his own party leaders. So it's still an open question. For the first phase of it, I think he'll be leader of the opposition, and then we'll see.
OK, we shall see indeed. Dan Arbel from the American University in Washington, thank you very much.